Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Jab Step Podcast. I'm your co-host, Adam, joined, as always, by Josh and Ben. How are you guys today?
Good. Doing great. How are you, Adam?
I'm good. Thanks for asking, Ben.
Good. Yeah.
So, Josh...
care about you, obviously.
Josh is now in a new location. He is back at college. How's the semester going? How's the start of your last semester of college, hopefully?
Normal. We'll see. Normal semester.
Okay.
Back at school. But you live the dream.
Living the dream.
Like always. Yep. All right. So we're going to get to what you all are here for. Sports talk. So we're going to start off with some football. The big news that happened recently, kind of in sports in general, not just football, was that Tom Brady officially announced his retirement for good this time.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Ben is very excited.
I saw Ben getting excited.
Happy his wife left him.
Wow. Okay. All right. So, yeah, I mean, obviously he was a very successful quarterback on the football field. Won many championships, broke a lot of passing records. Ben has his own kind of opinion on his skill set. But, I mean, again, you can't deny the fact that he did accomplish a lot, but it is...
Right. His team accomplished a lot.
It is nice to move on from the Tom Brady area. And now we get to see the next generation of quarterbacks in the NFL. Kind of see them take over. He's going to hand the reins over.
Yeah,
Tom Brady hasn't been up
I mean, yeah,
we've already been looking at that.
For the last few years we have been, but now we don't. He's out of the NFL, so we don't have to worry about him.
Speaking of next quarterbacks, I put up a poll on our Instagram, as you guys saw, but Trevor Lawrence versus
it's rigged.
Justin Herbert.
It's a rigged poll.
It was not rigged at all.
Just like the NFL season is, it's rigged.
Adam, put the results up right here. Bloop.
I don't know if I have the picture anymore, but
I'll send it to you again.
Okay.
Of course he has a picture of it.
I sent it to Adam. I sent Adam a screenshot of it.
He did. I did see it.
And I can still look at it too. Okay, next.
So we are now 2 weeks away from the final game in the NFL season, the Super Bowl. But before we get into that, I mean, we won't be getting into that this episode, but before we can even talk about the Super Bowl, we have to talk about championship weekend and what happened in those two games and who is playing in the Super Bowl. On the NFC side of things, we had 49ers going up against the Philadelphia Eagles, and the 49ers kind of laid a goose egg.
They got curb stomped.
They did score a touchdown, but it was not a close game. Everyone expected it to be a competitive, close game, but Brock Purdy tore his UCL, and then it just kind of everything went downhill from there.
It wasn't as bad as it looks.
It seemed like they got curb stomped like a GTA.
I mean, the highlights looked pretty bad. So
yeah, I mean, the Eagles did not play that good. Jalen Hurts, I love Jalen Hurts, but he did not play a good game. He played an okay game, and I don't know. It was just, yeah, it was. I don't know. Like I said, the Eagles were definitely not as dominant as it looks. And I think for sure, if Brock Purdy was healthy the whole game, I think it would have been a lot closer. I think the Eagles still would have won, but it would you wouldn't be saying about how they got fucked up. I don't know. And Josh Johnson, he got hurt, and then Christian McCaffrey had to play quarterback. So just imagine that.
From what I saw on this next topic, then
what?
Just cluster the next topic in with this.
Can I want to?
Yeah, go ahead.
One last thing about the game: the 49ers' run defense did not look like the 49ers defense we saw the rest of the season. The Eagles were able to run all over that defense, and that's kind of what contributed to the big margin of score, was how successful the Eagles were on that side of things.
Is that because Nick Bosa is racist?
All right.
No. Okay.
No, I don't think.
I was just asking. I was just asking. It's a thing going around.
Can you explain it though?
I can't. No, I can't.
Well, if you don't have all the facts, then why would you bring it up?
Well, no. What if?
I'm just simply bringing up the point that maybe that's the reason they lost.
You think? Never mind.
He was asking for a white running back, and they got one, and I don't know.
All right.
That's a good point.
All right, moving on.
Yeah, we're gonna shy away from that. That's
Yeah, that's a bigger topic right there.
We asked the questions people are thinking here, Adam.
Yeah. All right.
I was thinking it, but Ben
Just
was.
the people. I was thinking it,
Yeah.
and then I was just like, the people might be thinking this too.
Some people were probably thinking it, so Ben had to ask it for him.
I guess.
Okay.
I'm just bringing it up.
Yeah. So kind of grouping together with this 49ers kind of falling apart in this game. Should they trade Trey Lance?
Yes.
No.
Why not, Ben?
Because Trey Lance brings you more dimensions to his game than Brock Purdy does. Brock Purdy is an amazing backup, but he doesn't have the scramblability that Trey Lance does. So I think Trey Lance probably learned a lot from watching Brock Purdy, maybe. Which, by the way, I believe he won Offensive Rookie of the Year. Which
Did
is
not. No, that has not.
No,
been...
not official.
No.
Okay,
Where'd you
I've
see
been
that,
lied
Ben?
to. My roommate.
Okay. So
Okay.
what? NFL on Fox had a voting thing on their website, and I think fans voted up through them for Brock Purdy to win it, but it's not the official NFL award.
He should not.
He should not win.
Moving on. What was I?
But no, I think they should trade him because he's taking up so much money. Trey Lance.
He's a first-round pick.
Huh?
What are you expecting to get in return for Trey Lance?
Anything? Maybe a first.
Maybe a first. Multiple firsts, I think.
Okay, I'm just saying.
He has a year in the league of experience.
I
guess he has a hurt or a repaired knee now, but
Brock Purdy proved to me he could be a starter. He might not be top tier starter, but like I don't know.
I see you roll with both of them, and if Trey Lance is laying a dog shit product, then you go with Brock Purdy.
Yeah, but I'm saying
you trade away something that could be better. Like
because the money, you're saving a lot of money with a 6th or whatever 7th round pick.
Spend money to win, dude. So
yeah, but
Trey Lance could be the next generational quarterback, and you're just gonna ship him out before he gets a chance to play.
I think them signing Jimmy Garoppolo proved.
Josh, you're acting like them trading Trey Lance is like cutting off the cap hit of Josh Allen or Patrick Mahomes. Yes, he was a first-round pick, but you're acting like it.
Well, it's
Trey Lance's cap hit comparative to top quarterbacks in the league is not that big, or is not his cap hit isn't that detrimental to the team as other areas.
Paying him $21 million or whatever the first-round pick money is, that is nothing compared to the $50 million that Rodgers is getting, which isn't against the cap, but.
Okay, I think Brock Purdy proved he can win. If you proved a quarterback can win, he got hurt. He got hurt so early.
He didn't lose games for them.
That's the thing. Trey Lance also got hurt so early in the season, he didn't even get a chance to prove he could win games.
That's what I'm saying. But Brock Purdy proved he could.
Okay, I think with how much.
Well, I think he deserves a starting job.
I agree.
And then,
but I'm saying with how much the 49ers gave to trade up to take Trey Lance, you have to at least give Trey Lance a full season, a full NFL season of improvement and preparation to determine if it's time to move on from him and move on to Brock Purdy.
But I don't think he's going to get that on the bench, and I don't think he should be starting.
They're going to start Trey Lance. Trey Lance will be a starter. Brock Purdy will be back.
I don't think they should.
If Trey Lance plays terrible, then they'll move on to Brock Purdy. But with how much they gave up for Trey Lance, you have to give him an opportunity.
Trey Lance, with that team behind him, Trey Lance would have to throw 3 interceptions a game to lose consistently. That team is loaded.
I think he lost the game he played in.
They did lose. Yes, you are correct.
Who did they play,
though? The Bears, and it was raining all day.
No, the game before that.
I thought that was the first game of the season.
Yeah, whatever game it was.
Yeah, I thought that was the Bears game. Was the first game of the season.
And then the second game he got hurt?
Yeah.
Yeah. And he did play last year. He did play multiple games last year. And he shows flashes, but I don't think
exactly. I'm just saying he needs it's like the Jordan Love conversation. He showed flashes in the games he played, but give him a full season of preparation and defenses preparing against him. That's how you determine how good a quarterback really is. Not a few flashes here or there.
No, I'm not saying he's bad.
In game action. I'm just saying.
Why would you trade someone that you don't know what they are yet?
Trey Lance is unproven at the moment because he doesn't have enough NFL action for us to evaluate how well he has played in the NFL. It's too early to move on from him, is what we're saying.
I mean,
This conversation is even more ridiculous than people saying that they want Aaron Rodgers to be the backup to Jordan Love. Like,
okay,
no.
that's dumb. That is just dumb.
Like,
Brock
you don't
Purdy-
pay that much money
Jordan
for
Love
a
has not
backup.
won 6 games in a row.
Yeah.
That's completely different. And Aaron Rodgers is 37, 38.
49ers team is also very stacked. I feel like you could put pretty much anybody in that quarterback and they'd be able to
I
win
strongly
games.
disagree.
Tom Brady could win games on that team.
Well, he'd be
Obviously.
better. But I think you for sure need a quarterback that does not make mistakes. And Trey Lance is not that.
You're right, because he's more of an explosive type quarterback.
Yeah, exactly.
You could put Carson
I
Wentz
don't
on that
think it's
team.
really good.
And they'd win games.
What?
You could
Carson
put
Wentz
Carson
could
Wentz
win,
could
yeah.
quarterback that team, and then they could win
Yeah.
games.
No, you could not.
Yes.
He makes way too many
Just
mistakes.
check down to Christian McCaffrey, dude. It's not that complicated. George Kittle's a dominant force on
We'll
the
see.
field.
First field doesn't play.
And there's Debo who does everything, and Ayuk that's an actual wide receiver.
We'll see. Well, that's my point, though. So if anybody can do the job, why not stick with Brock Purdy and save money being the last pick in the draft?
He also has
the cheapest contract in the draft.
How many years of control do they have?
What, I think 3?
Three more on Brock
seventh
Purdy.
round pick?
And 4.
Still? Oh,
They have 4 years of control on.
okay.
The thing is, I think a lot of that contract was. I don't know how. I'm not exactly sure how first round contract works. But
It's
I'm
4
pretty-
years and then
Yeah, but I'm just saying,
additional
like,
fifth.
in terms
Yeah.
of like what's guaranteed, what's not. Like some of that money,
I just know it's a pretty big
he
cap.
could already had half that money.
You could, yeah.
I don't know. I just know he makes a lot more than Brock Purdy. Okay, next topic. So
We got to finish the other side of the championship.
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Bengals and Chiefs.
Bengals, Chiefs.
Officiating stinks, dude.
Yeah.
I don't
The-
think it cost him the game.
The NFL rigged is definitely more prominent now. Cuz it just whatever. I don't know. It just looks so planned. And I don't know. What are your thoughts, Adam?
I mean,
I didn't
I
watch
didn't-
the whole
exactly.
game,
I
but
didn't. Again, I watched the highlights, so from the highlights, I couldn't tell how bad.
I
the
knew
officiating
there was a blatant missed call in like several different key points of the game. Like
Like I heard,
the same roughing the passer, there was another holding penalty that would have negated it.
the Chiefs had
So-
like 3 tries at a 3rd and 5. I didn't see that in the highlights.
Exactly. So I don't know. Josh, were you able to watch the full?
I don't know. I mean, the refs were not. I wouldn't say they were good, but I would say they weren't very good for both teams the entire game. Like in the 3rd down one you're talking about, where they got multiple 3rd down tries, they still didn't score on the drive. They had to punt it away. So that was not the reason they lost.
It tires
then-
out the defense though.
Well, yeah, I'm
mean-
just saying you still need to perform.
And it takes
then-
time off the clock.
Time off the clock. I don't
Okay,
know
Well,
what point in the
I'm
game.
just saying that call was not the
Right.
reason. Like, and then the late hit penalty, that was very obvious.
It
call.
was an
Like,
obvious call,
like,
yeah.
the-
But there was
like,
a
I-
holding penalty on that same play that was also blatantly obvious, and it wasn't called.
Well, but no, people were complaining about that call. Like, not the. I mean,
Yeah.
the holding. I don't know. I'm just talking about the late hit. That was a very
Yeah.
very obvious call. Like, obviously
then
you
he
can't
tore
stop
his
when you're running like
ACL
that.
or whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
But-
Again, I like you said, Josh. I think in that situation, that penalty is kind of just unavoidable for
Yeah,
Osai because he's running at
running
full
so
speed
fast.
and they just meet. Out of
Yeah,
bounds.
well,
He just
like, I
gets
mean,
there.
but it's still
He just gets
penalty,
there a
but-
split second late, and that's
Which
it's just
Which is why
unfortunate.
I don't like people blaming him because like he's trying his best and like you can't just stop out of nowhere.
Mhm.
Like
I think it looked worse because if you watch it in slow mo from behind, it looks worse because like he gives them kind of a nudge, but then their feet also get tangled up, which is why they both fall over. So it makes it
Yeah.
look like he like shoves him, but he really kind of just
yeah, it was definitely not
furthers
like,
him out
I
of
don't know.
bounds, and then they get tripped up.
Yeah, but and then Joe Burrow, they had the chance to score. They had plenty of time. They had over 2 minutes for the drive. They didn't score. They didn't even get a field goal, and that was embarrassing. There was no bad calls on that drive for the Bengals. They had the chance to win the game. Joe Burrow, I'm a Joe Burrow fan, but that was on him.
He also had
should've
2
at least-
interceptions that game, didn't he?
I know. I think it was at least one. I'm not sure the numbers, but like I said, Joe Burrow got outplayed with Patrick Mahomes with one leg by a landslide. Like, And Mahomes, he didn't play like super crazy either. Like he had that one bad fumble because it slipped out of his hands. That kind of sucked. But the Bengals got the ball back there, and then
They score a touchdown off that? Or was that a field goal?
I can't remember. Can't remember if they did. I think they might have on that drive, but I'm like I said, I'm not positive.
Yeah.
But like I said, the Bengals had time. They used a lot of the clock, and they didn't end with a field goal. And then they gave Mahomes the ball back with hardly much time, and they got in the field goal range. A little bit questionable with the no holding penalty, like Ben's saying, but I think the Bengals just showed that. And Joe Mixon did nothing. Joe Mixon did like.
He was out threatening females with
Yeah, he
pistols to
was.
their head, apparently. So obviously, football wasn't the first thing on his mind. So
And then also, I don't know why the Bengals mayor or the Cincinnati mayor and all the Bengals fans were calling it Burrowhead. They were just talking so much shit.
that always
What-
happens.
But
That
No,
always
mayors
happens.
don't go that hard.
like
I mean,
and there was
Packers and the Bears make friendly bets.
Well, yeah,
for cheese
exactly.
baskets
They'll
and
make
stuff,
bets like,
but
"Oh, if our team wins,
Yeah,
you send
that's
us
different.
this." But they're not like creating state or citywide declarations that Joe
was
Burrow has
crazy.
to get a paternity test on Mahomes because he's his father and stuff
Yeah.
like that.
Oh,
that shit's crazy. Like
yeah.
I get it if you would have won, okay, but you're just out there looking stupid. And
Exactly.
Travis Kelce and Patrick Mahomes just shit on him during the post game.
Yeah, doing stuff like that only works out if you win. If you lose, you look like the biggest idiot in the world.
You look so dumb if you lose, and
Yeah.
then they just rub in your face, and you can't say anything. You have nothing to say. Like, I mean, like I said, the refs were not good, but the Bengals had the chance to win with no reffing in the way. They just couldn't do it. So I don't know. Chiefs. I picked the Chiefs. Like if you saw last episode, if you watched it, but yeah, I wanted the Bengals to win. Honestly,
What do you got in the Super Bowl, Josh?
like winning.
Yeah. Just
Eagles.
real quick. Eagles? Okay.
Yeah.
You've been right for almost everything, so there you go.
I've
Eagles are
won
going to
wrong.
win. I'd also pick the Eagles, but my record is terrible, so
I'll save my
Yeah.
pick for
Right.
next episode. So.
yeah.
That's fine. Okay.
So talking
got.
about the officiating in that championship game kind of brings us into our next point, the state of the officiating in the NFL. And this isn't just talking about the championship game. This is just this whole last season. Officiating there's been a noticeable decline in the refs' performances, and just kind of where does the NFL go from here? What do they do to try to improve their officiating? Because there have been quite a few games this season and quite a few moments that refs have botched calls and made some costly mistakes. So what does the NFL do from here to help improve officiating in the NFL to make the game better and less reliable on refs' mistakes?
I want there to be 15-second instant replays. Like the determination is relayed from New York in 15 seconds, whether it's a good call or a bad call. If it's a
For every play.
yeah. How much money goes into these games? You're
What do you
telling
mean?
me you
So-
can't have multiple referees
Does that
watching
mean
this game?
does that
That's gonna
mean
slow the
that
game down.
yeah, does that mean there has to be at least 15 seconds
have
in
to-
between every single play?
Not every play though. Like if there's a flag or if it's like a crucial point and you see something like these refs, these overseers see something, they fucking stop the game and they have the refs look at it.
I think it's gonna make the game so much longer.
It might, but guess what? Roughing is no longer a problem. Officiating, not a problem anymore.
Okay, but what if the flaggers that you're saying? What if they don't say anything?
I mean, if there's that many eyes that don't see it off the rip, I guess it didn't happen. I mean,
But there already is like what 5 refs on the field.
on the field, do you know how much
Yeah.
is happening on the field and how fast that happens?
That's what I'm saying. But she wants someone like online.
Multiple people watching different angles of the field. There's so many cameras there, they're all taping. Give them access to that feed. They can watch. If they see a penalty, they can buzz it in. And if, the play is like a non-factor or whatever, they can just kind of wave it off. I mean, it's just an idea, I guess. But
I think they should just allow more challenges, like for certain times. Because right now you can only
Well, and
challenge.
you're complaining
and
about
stuff.
slowing the game down.
Yeah, but you'd only use it
Challenges take multiple
certain times.
minutes. Yeah.
Yeah, but you would use it a lot less rather than every play. Like
Okay.
when the ones where it's in like big moments where you need it or it's extremely obvious, we wouldn't be doing like the
Yeah.
shitty like one little small difference. It'd only be in the big moments that actually would affect the game. And then if they're wrong, they lose the timeout. So I just
Yeah.
think
Kind of like in the
Like-
NBA where you can like challenge a foul call. Do that
Yeah.
kind of like in the
NBA 's
NFL where you have certain penalties that I mean they tried this with pass interference but I mean I agree. Like the big ones, pass interference, roughing the passer, stuff that have become judgment calls. I feel like
Mhm.
those definitely need to be reviewable.
Something needs to change.
I
'cause-
agree, but I don't think every player like I just feel like that's gonna be a lot.
I feel like they should. So going off of
I don't
Ben's
know.
point of having people access the cameras and stuff, maybe not necessarily having that 15-second delay or whatever, but have an official that's in the sky, like in the booth or has multiple angles,
I
and
thought they
he
already
can.
had that.
No, I don't think they do.
No. I mean, I'm okay with that. That's something at least. At
And
least
then-
you're doing something.
But then that person in the booth can make penalty calls
yeah,
from the booth.
I agree. Because I mean, right now they only have penalty calls that are called on the field, right? So like hypothetically, they had this ref in the booth. He sees that holding penalty that was committed on Hendrickson. I'm pretty sure. I
think
think.
so.
I don't know. Then he could literally be like, penalties offset, replay it, or there's not enough time, and then they're in overtime. I wanted that game to go to overtime. Who knows? It might have become another all-time classic like the Buffs Chiefs game a while ago.
I feel like it always already kind of was though. The game was really good.
Yeah. I didn't get a chance to
Yeah.
watch
Yeah,
the
I
whole
mean,
thing.
Like I said, I think the only thing you could say about the game that was bad was the refs a little bit, but like the rest of the game was like it was a very good game.
Bad refs can kill momentum though, and they can just kill everything. So
Yeah,
I don't know.
And another
I agree.
kind of, I guess, change for refs that have been brought up by some people is making them full time. So then they're actually spending their time kind of improving their craft and focusing on the game, I guess. I don't really know what making a ref full time has to do, how that improves.
More consistent pay would make them
Aren't
better.
they already full time?
No, because a lot of
They
the
just get paid a shit ton.
a lot of the refs
during
are
the
like
season?
lawyers or I don't know. There's a website somewhere
That's
that
crazy.
has
That's
like,
crazy. Yeah, maybe they'll care more. I don't know.
Okay.
Or they'll feel more secure with their job,
Yeah,
Maybe.
so they'll make worse calls.
yeah.
Start fining refs if they make a wrong call.
No, I mean,
Yeah, fine them.
Does the
I
NBA
know.
do that?
no.
No.
How do you? We'll get back.
Well, the NBA is just stupid because if you win a challenge, you don't get the challenge card back.
Yeah. Okay. Moving
Next
on.
topic.
Sean Payton and D'Amico Ryans.
Yep. So we got two
Okay.
new head coach hirings in the NFL. I mean, I guess the Broncos one really isn't a hiring. They traded for him. So the Broncos trade for Sean Payton from the Saints. What was it, a first and a second this year?
Way too much.
For like Sean Payton and a couple
that's
other late
crazy.
round picks. And then the Texans hired D'Amico Ryans. So what do we think about these two head coaching additions?
I'd rather get D'Amico Ryans for free.
It's not for free. You're spending money, but
Yeah, but you know what I mean.
With
Adam.
draft
Without them trade
capital?
three picks.
High draft capital.
I mean, for Sean
That's
Payton,
ridiculous.
it's
He's
not. I
not
mean,
that
the
good of
first
a
round,
coach.
the pick that the Broncos traded
One
was
Super
pick
Bowl.
29
One Super
in
Bowl.
the first round.
Like 10, 20 years ago.
Yeah, one Super Bowl 13 years ago.
Okay,
Going
so
on
every
14.
coach that won one Super Bowl, you know what? Let's trade everything for him. Like
I get that
no.
he's a genius with using Taysom Hill and all that, but
They did it after he left. Still,
yeah, I don't know. Well, it wasn't quite as effective.
that's
They
that's
were
what he
almost
should
a
I don't know.
playoff
With
team,
how good the
but-
Broncos roster is and how desperate they were for a good head coach, this is kind of something that needed to happen.
Yeah,
There's
I
not.
mean-
I mean,
There's
I
not
like the
another
fit.
coach with Sean Payton's caliber and his resume out there on the market right now, and they needed to make a big splash with their head coach, and I think this is the big splash that was needed.
I don't think he's a bad coach. I just think why would you trade that much
It's
assets?
so
for him?
much.
I mean,
that's like
You
trading for Aaron
Trade the
Rodgers.
picks you got for Bradley Chubb.
Yeah.
The
Or
last
basically.
the last 2 times we've seen trades for head coaches, they've worked out for the team that traded.
This doesn't happen ever.
Yeah,
Yes, it
it's
has.
not very common.
John Gruden.
Okay, what? How many? 3 times, Adam?
But I'm just saying, every time it's happened, the
Yeah, but
team
I'm
that
just saying, it
traded for the
doesn't
head
make it
coach
so-
has benefited from it. They've been
Yeah,
positive.
but
So
okay. So let's say another team trades for another head coach next year. Even no matter who it is it going to work out?
we don't know. I guess we'll have to wait and see.
No, I'm just saying you cannot say it's going to work out just because of that.
I'm just saying the past has shown that teams have been successful with this. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. I think, like I said, I think he's a decent coach. I think he's a good fit for the team probably, but I would just rather go sign a coach. Like, I'm not trading for a coach. No chance.
I think you're underestimating the importance of a coach here, Josh.
I mean,
but-
I think it's less important than you guys do, that's for sure. But I'm just saying, like,
Nathaniel
coaches
Hackett took a playoff team and made them look terrible. So, I think
Who?
they're a playoff caliber team. Am I wrong,
Yeah.
Adam?
No, not at all.
No. So I mean,
Especially at the beginning of last season,
yeah. I mean,
who?
the Broncos.
the Broncos.
That was Russell Wilson. Be honest. Russell Wilson was horrible last year. I don't think those on.
But is that a
those on
system?
Hackett.
Is that a system of the offense that Nathaniel Hackett was trying to run? Because in Week 18, we saw glimpses of
Nathaniel Hackett.
Russell Wilson still has that skill set that he had in Seattle. He still has
I mean, I think he's a shitty
those
coach.
traits.
Hackett, but I think Russell Wilson was horrible.
But could that have been a product of the offense?
I think we're underestimating the crutch that Aaron Rodgers was for Nathaniel Hackett's career.
Nathaniel
Like,
Hackett
he
only
just
really
made him
had
look
one
better.
good season outside.
I wouldn't
Exactly.
say I don't
seasons
know what you
with
guys are arguing.
Packers.
Speaking of that, Jets.
We'll get to that later. Or you want to do that? Skip to
I
that
was
now.
saying he signed with the Jets as offensive coordinator.
Oh, Hackett? Oh
Yeah.
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 I was
Never
saying
mind.
we could just mention that.
No, that can be a mention now. I thought you were going to the other one. Okay.
I don't know what that one is, but okay. But
Go on.
I think the Texans was a good signing. Former
Yeah.
player,
I mean,
defensive mind.
absolute stud of a coach, or at least for product. The 49ers defense doesn't go unnoticed by anyone. So,
And they're drafting
And-
Will Anderson, so it'll be like a little reunion.
oh, the Texans.
Yeah. So
Now that they are the defensive coach, probably.
and they went to
I
the same
really-
college.
I really think they need a quarterback, though.
They're drafting a quarterback at 2. Stop
Drafting
it.
a quarterback, second pick.
Exactly.
Second
Second
pick
pick
they have.
overall.
What,
Right.
Anthony
Second
Richardson?
pick they have.
Okay.
Okay, so what's the next?
Kellen Moore was.
I
I get he wasn't really let go by the Cowboys. They kind of just mutually agreed to
Oh, okay,
go
that's how
separate
that
directions. Yeah, his contract
Okay.
was up, and he decided not to come back.
No comment.
And he is now the offense coordinator for the Los Angeles Chargers.
happened.
Can he go into Los Angeles and save Justin Herbert in that offense?
Yes.
Save him.
He's
You mean
made-
save him?
He's made Dak Prescott look better, or not terrible, and Dak Prescott's not great. So
Dak Prescott was almost an MVP a couple years ago.
It was never an
exactly
MVP,
with
actually.
Kellen Moore behind him.
Yeah, but he's good.
The quarterback is only as
I
good
don't- I
as
don't actually like
Are you
his
saying
offensive
Dak Prescott's a
coordinator.
good quarterback?
No, I just don't like Justin Herbert. I actually don't like Dak Prescott. I don't know why I was even saying that.
I wonder why the poll won. Told all
There
his
was no
friends to go
bias
vote.
actually.
All right. Anyways,
Yeah, skewed poll.
yeah,
It's not.
skewed
I can
poll.
send you all the results too.
Like 3 of the votes for me and Adam.
There was like over 20 votes.
Yeah, whatever. Anyways, yeah, I like Kellen Moore. I thought it was weird that he went from coordinator to coordinator, because usually you can't change teams unless you get an upgrade or a
No,
promotion.
you can still change teams. It's just
Yeah, it's just usually it's not mutually accepted, I guess.
Yeah.
I'll put it that way.
but since his contract is up at the
Yeah, I mean,
but like
yeah.
I thought they let him go.
you can go coordinator to coordinator if the team you were previously with
Yeah.
allows the interview to happen.
Or if
Yeah.
they trade you.
I don't know
I
if
guess.
coordinators have ever been traded, but I mean,
Okay,
I mean,
but that happened.
shit. Maybe
It could
maybe
happen,
that's
you're right.
why no one is winning because of that
That
reason.
could
Right.
be why.
We gotta
Right,
start trading
okay.
for coordinators and like running
I'm
backs
Yes.
coaches
gonna
now.
trade for scouts.
Yes.
Perfect.
Running back coaches. Can we trade for like who is a great O line? Can we trade for
James
like the
Campen.
The
Get him
Eagles.
back.
Yeah, whatever. Okay, moving on. Tua finally cleared. Took 1,000,000 years. Okay.
Yeah, he cleared concussion protocol. Took
Who
this
cares?
long.
He's not playing.
Yeah, but I'm thinking like, if he gets another concussion,
Oh yeah, his career might be over.
well, that's what
Okay,
I'm saying. It's like,
considering
should the Dolphins think about finding another option?
the thing
Teddy
is,
Bridgewater sucks.
the thing is, we don't know how often he was attempting to clear concussion protocol. The
Maybe he didn't
Dolphins,
try until
exactly.
now.
The Dolphins weren't in
I think he did.
season, so he had no reason to rush to try every week. So maybe the team was just like, get out of the
go.
building, take a
Yeah.
couple weeks off, and we'll bring you back in like 2 or 3 weeks and test you out and see where you're at.
Okay,
I think
no
we
matter
might
what,
be looking into
it's-
this a little too much.
he's had 4 concussions this year.
No, Josh, I'm agreeing with you. His career
Yeah.
might be over. If he
No, I'm
gets
saying,
one
but
more,
should the Dolphins move on or think
No.
about it at least?
they should draft a quarterback in like the 4th round.
Like Jay Kaner out of Fresno State.
Okay, sure, I know that guy. Yeah,
Me too.
of
Me
course.
too.
Yeah, of course. He's a great fit. But no, a 4th round, 3rd round quarterback, you're not spending too much draft capital on him, but you're giving it thought.
Trade for
Well, they
Brock
don't have a
Purdy.
first-round pick.
What?
Trade for Brock
Trade
Purdy.
Trade for Brock Purdy. I love that.
Trade for
They
Trey Lance. I love
won't.
that.
They won't love that. The 49ers will never do that, but I mean, it's a good fit, I guess. Okay. I feel like we've looked into that plenty.
The pointless
Alright.
Pro Bowl.
I hate the Pro Bowl.
Pro
They
Bowl
ignore
nods
it.
mean absolutely nothing because everyone opts out because it's a pointless event and no player in the NFL cares about it. So we got people like Tyler Huntley being named Pro Bowl quarterbacks.
Such a bomb.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Are you
Yes, man.
serious?
Yes.
He made it.
The
Tyler
fact that
Huntley-
Derek Carr is even there is crazy to me.
Derek Carr makes more sense than Tyler Huntley.
You're right. Because he's
But
at least established. But he's
Tyler Huntley
literally
played, like,
he got
4
benched.
games.
I agree. Derek Carr
He
should not
got
be there.
benched and he's a
But-
Pro Bowler?
Okay.
Okay,
embarrassing.
Derek Carr got benched because the Raiders want to move on from him. They're like, why play?
He was not good this year, Adam.
He was better than Tyler Huntley.
Well, that's for sure.
He
but
was good
not
at
a Pro
okay,
Bowl.
but he was good enough to play the whole season. So him getting benched, using that as an excuse, isn't well because
I think it is.
if the Raiders didn't already decide that they're going to move on from him, he would have played the whole season.
Yeah, but
his
he wasn't good either
performance,
way.
his
Either
performance
way.
wasn't bad enough to be benched.
Like Zach Wilson.
Sure, exactly.
Zach Wilson is bad. He's just bad.
Zach Wilson should have made the Pro Bowl, honestly.
Over Tyler Huntley.
He was almost
Over
he was
Tyler Huntley.
close.
That's but the thing, like, if you
That is
think about
literally
it,
a
if you
quarterback
think
making
about
the
it,
Pro
there
Bowl.
wasn't really any other options.
Taylor Heineke. I'd rather start Taylor Heineke.
He's not in the
That's the
AFC, so
wrong
it doesn't matter.
conference.
Okay,
Wait.
I'm just saying. Didn't Derek Carr make
Okay,
it?
so who
Aren't they
are the
just-
Pro Bowlers? I don't care about the Pro Bowl, so I don't know.
Yeah, I don't really care.
Or is,
But
you
Pro
mean
Bowl
like
is pointless.
all of them or the quarterbacks?
Just the quarterback.
Okay,
James
so in
Dean.
AFC, it's Trevor Lawrence, Derek Carr, and Tyler
Yes, yeah.
Huntley. NFC is Jared Goff, Kirk
That makes
Cousins, and Geno Smith.
So Justin
Okay.
Herbert didn't make the Pro Bowl.
Justin Herbert got shoulder surgery, so he would
All
have.
three of
They
those
couldn't
make
give it to him. He would have probably been offered the spot had he not gotten that surgery instead
Had he
of Tyler
not been
Huntley.
hurt.
Yeah, Joe
I guess I
Burrow.
want to know who their
declined.
initial selection.
So for the AFC, it was Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, and Joe Burrow.
okay,
Patrick Mahomes in the Super Bowl, so he couldn't play.
yeah, no,
Josh
the Pro Bowl is
Allen-
pointless.
Josh
Why is-
Allen
why is
got
Burrow not
hurt,
playing?
so he opted out. And Joe Burrow also opted out
Why are Burrow and Allen not playing?
because the Pro Bowl is pointless and it's not worth playing in anymore.
It's not worth risking yourself to even stand up.
And
in a
Josh Allen
potential-
was hurt, so he didn't want to. Oh no, he
Yeah,
got that
I think-
elbow injury at the end of the season, so he probably just wanted to rest that.
because I'm hurt.
But Burrow was
You don't get anything.
you get like a bonus.
I
That's
think they
about
should get
it.
rid of it. It's pointless.
Yeah, like a 50K bonus that no one cares
Yeah,
about.
exactly.
That would
It's
not be enough. That would not be enough.
They need to add something to the Pro Bowl so players.
The winner of the Pro Bowl gets home field advantage. The conference.
People were saying have it in the
In the
middle of
Bowl.
the season like the NBA and all the other leagues do.
They would play
Just-
even less than.
Just yeah, exactly. The way the NFL season is structured, you
They
can't
made
just
it-
throw it in the middle.
There's not enough games.
No.
There's too much injury risk.
Yeah, no. If in the middle of the season, no way in hell I'm playing.
Like the NBA is literally. I don't want to offend Josh. It's
Why?
just and running in the All-Star game
I mean,
because
there's just more
no
games, so
one's
it's not
playing
like
defense. No one's playing defense.
I mean,
There's no one's gonna like push you when you go up for a dunk.
no one played defense
In
in
the
the Pro
All-Star
Bowl, anyways.
yeah, Pro Bowl's not
No,
defense.
And they
that's not what I'm saying. It's just there is no physical contact.
they did get rid of. It is now a flag football game.
Oh,
That is
okay.
new this year.
So there's no pads at all.
No.
Basically. Weird.
So they're gonna try even less.
Yeah.
Maybe they might try more because it's
Maybe
no
they
contact.
might actually try more.
There's
Yeah.
gonna be contact.
Well, it's not running full speed into each other, full pads.
That's my point. So why would they try?
It's flag football.
All you gotta do
football's
is reach
fun.
for a flag.
Yeah.
I don't think they're gonna actually try.
We'll see.
We'll see.
We'll
I
see on
guess.
I'm not
Sunday.
gonna watch it anyways. So.
Yeah, neither am I.
I probably won't
I'm
be able to.
busy.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I'm not
Yeah.
busy, but actually I might be, but I'm just not watching no matter what. I don't even know when it is.
All right.
This weekend.
Well, we already touched on Tyler Huntley, Pro
Yeah,
Bowler.
he sucks.
All right. Is Aaron Rodgers going to be traded
Yes.
instead of retiring? Who will he be traded to?
Jets or Raiders?
Those are the two I came up with.
He's gonna be traded to the Packers.
I also think he's just going to come back.
He's going to the CFL
No,
permanently.
that one's dumb.
He's going to the Fan Control Football League.
Josh, that's
Stop.
silly. You're silly. You're a silly boy.
No, it's had your chance to stay on the Packers.
No, not at all.
No.
Not even close.
What would he play last season if he wasn't going to come back for this year? Or at least think about coming back
This
for
year
this
seems
year.
more serious.
He knew he wouldn't have a wide receiver, basically. He knew he was going to be coming into this year with just rookie wide receivers
I agree.
and
So why did he come back?
Sammy Watkins.
He sucks.
Because
this,
obviously
this
he
year
signed
might
a
be
3-year
worse.
deal. He signed a 3-year deal, meaning he intended to play for us for the next 3 years.
And that was
I don't
after
think
the
that's what it is.
Adams trade. So
And that was after the Devon.
Or-
I don't think he.
I shouldn't say after the
Yeah,
trade, but that was
for
after he
years.
was aware.
He knew. He knew
Yeah.
that he was going to be let or sold.
Traded.
That doesn't sound
Whatever.
good. Yeah.
Traded.
You can't say it.
No, I can't
That's
say that. All right.
Flip that.
Clip that. Sold. Players were sold. I mean,
Yeah.
MLB sells players literally for cash. That's
I
fine.
didn't say what like context I was implying.
It was implied. All right. So,
Okay, next.
would the Jets win the Super Bowl with Rodgers? And would the Raiders win the
Hell
Super Bowl with
no.
Rodgers? Would either of them? Would they both
No.
play playoff teams?
Yeah,
Well,
the Jets are almost playoff team this year.
Josh, I'm gonna be honest. You think Aaron Rodgers is terrible, so I'm gonna
No,
just
I think they're for
discount
sure
what
a
you
playoff
say.
For sure, be a playoff team.
All right, Adam, what do you
They
think?
win the Super Bowl? Hell
What do you
no.
think the outcomes of the Jets or Raiders would be, and what would the return be for the Packers?
I mean that they both obviously be playoff teams easily,
Easily, yeah,
but just the AFC.
is so loaded.
Yeah,
It's
like with the
so
NFC, there's
loaded.
not like the Eagles, the 49ers, and that's really about
And
it right
even
now.
the Eagles disappear
fucking-
and then come back and disappear and come back. It
But like
feels
with the AFC, you have the
But-
Bills still, the Bengals, you still have the Chiefs.
Broncos.
The Broncos, we'll see what happens with their team with Sean Payton. But yeah, like there's, I don't know.
I mean, yeah, I
I
guess
think
they're kind of like
obvious-
a
I think-
3-4 seed,
I feel
5
like
seed,
The
First-
Raiders.
first wild card.
Yeah, I feel
Or-
like the Raiders would have a better. If I would
Yeah.
pick which team would
More
win the Super Bowl with
weapons.
Rodgers, I'd go with the Raiders just because they have Devontae
They
Adams,
got-
and there's
a
already
new
that
stadium.
connection.
It's a perfect NFL script because it's all rigged.
Yeah, the Super Bowl's in
Yeah.
Las Vegas next year. There
Yeah.
we go.
Perfect. Okay. And return on Rodgers. Do you think 2 firsts? First and a second?
Honestly, don't know because he is at the end of his career. He
You're
did
right.
have a down
Yeah.
year compared to past seasons.
I feel like last year would be written off as he didn't have receivers. Because I mean,
What is
it's
Patrick
true.
Mahomes doing?
he has an established Juju Smith-Schuster, established MVS. I mean,
They're
those
both
are
okay.
2 solid number 2s. He has Travis Kelce, who
Yeah,
is
you should have
the
started
best
with
tight
that.
end
I
of
don't
all
know why you
time.
didn't start with Travis Kelce.
I forgot about him, to be honest with you, and I feel silly for it. So I mean, he has the best tight end of all time. That right there.
Yeah, but he just won it. He's
Prime
going to win
Gronk
MVP
took over
with that.
games. Prime Gronk took over games. Travis Kelce is better than Gronk in my opinion. Maybe not as dominant of an after the catch runner, but he's still dominant.
But yeah,
I
as
just
in
think
terms of compensation for
quarterbacks.
Rodgers.
Good quarterbacks can do what they need to.
With rookies and bums? No.
He signed back knowing that you cannot blame the rookie wide receivers. If you sign back and see, oh, I have 3 rookie receivers, oh, I'm going to sign back. That is not an excuse anymore. You knew it was like that. You knew that they couldn't sign
No,
anybody or they
no,
weren't
no,
going
no,
to.
no, no. I'm not saying that. That's why. You're saying he's not good anymore. You're saying
No.
he had a bad year.
He did
I
have a
don't
bad
think
year.
he had a bad year. I think
He had
he
horrible
just
years.
decreased the number of things he had to throw to.
He had a bad year.
The number of quality receivers he could throw to was significantly lower.
Yeah, I agree. He's better than the year he had, but he had a bad year, seriously, this year. And I think he should have done better with what he had. And you guys loved Alan Lazard, and now you're not mentioning him anymore. You guys just even last year, 2 years ago, I know you guys really liked him, and he was here the whole season.
I never said he's not a number 1 receiver. He'd be a really
No,
good
but I'm just
number
saying,
3 receiver and a solid number 2 receiver. But in terms of him being your top option, that's not ideal at all. He's talented. He's got a good skill set, but he's not number 1 receiver material.
I expected a better season than what he actually did. But I no matter what, I think that Rodgers should have done more with what he had. Do I think he's better than how he performed this year? Obviously, yeah. I don't think he's horrible. I had him in like the middle of quarterbacks, which I still do. But okay, I think that's all I gotta say.
But yeah, okay, Ben. We never got to compensation for what I think Packers would get.
Yeah,
Right.
I'm thinking. Okay, so let's review the Russell Wilson trade. It is a much different.
No way.
No, they're not.
It's a
gonna get the
much
same
different
compensation.
price. No, I just want to kind of use it as a
So what? He was 31.
a point.
in the
Yeah.
trade?
And the Broncos were desperate.
No, but they gave up so much. That's
They
the only
did,
reason
I
I
agree.
kind of want to use it.
But they gave up way too much. Everyone knew even at the time they gave up way too much.
So 2 first-round picks, 2 second-round picks, and a 5th-round pick. And
Noah Fant.
Drew Lock, Noah Fant, and
Drew Lock
Shelby
is just-
Harris. They're not
Lock's
I mean, I guess you could just kind of throw in Drew Lock there because
Drew
it's
Lock's a throw.
awkward. I guess. But I mean, Noah Fant looked promising. I'll be honest with you. He's a promising tight end. And Shelby Harris ain't anything to scoff at, really. He's another good piece. But I mean,
I completely forgot he was part of that trade because, I mean, I heard his name a lot
this is
when he played.
per Adam
I know
Schefter.
he was part of it, but I'm just saying,
he
like,
was? Okay.
because I remember after you said it, I remember he was part of it. But I'm saying when he was with the Broncos, he was like a top D tackle in the league. I heard his name a decent amount of times, but when he was on Seattle this past season, I didn't hear anything about him. Completely forgot he was on that team.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I mean, 2 firsts, 2 seconds. I don't think it's too much to ask for if you like, and 3 players. I don't think it's outrageous. I understand that they extended Russell Wilson, and that's going to be their QB going forward. But I'm thinking 2 firsts, at least, is roughly at least a first and a second and another pick. But
maybe like a first, second this year, and like a future 4th, maybe.
Maybe higher than a 4th, like a 3rd or 2nd. A 1st and 2 seconds would make sense to me. But I don't know. I just kind of wanted to touch up on Rodgers because of how big it is right now. Like every year, feels like.
Every
I kind of
offseason
want.
for the
I
past 3
kind of want
years,
the
it's been.
Packers to move on from him. I'm sick of it. So
you just don't. So you don't have to listen to this stuff every offseason?
I mean, Not just that, but like we're running out of time on Jordan Love's contract. I want to know what we got. Maybe we can,
There, me and Ben agree on this one.
or we trade him before we know what we got, which is fine. We can draft a different one when.
I don't think you're gonna get anything from him. Maybe a second or third round pick. Like
Well,
he hasn't shown enough.
there may be some teams that think this is the next Aaron Rodgers.
But he's
Maybe.
already like 24. He's already what, 25? Like,
No, he's younger
why would you
than
not just rather?
he's younger than
He
a
was
decent amount of
young.
quarterbacks in this year's draft.
Yeah, he was very young when he was drafted.
You're telling
That's
me
why
he's
he
not
was such a
24,
late
right?
first round pick, because
Yeah, but that was
he
like
was a
3 years
project
ago.
quarterback. Yeah, it was. That's why I'm saying we need to do something.
He's 24.
Was 24 is
He is right
24.
now, and I'm finding out his birthday.
That's not old. That's old for the NBA.
November, so okay, so that's not too bad.
That's
but
old
no,
for
I-
NBA. That is young for the NFL,
That's not
especially at
old for NBA.
quarterback. I mean, rookies are like 19, 20
He's
these
not a rookie.
days. I know.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. I don't know. Anyways, what I'm saying is I think 3 high picks is reasonable. I'll be happy with that. If we are able to get Zach Wilson in return to back up Jordan Love or just another piece, I think Zach Wilson still has potential.
I think
And
Zach
he
Wilson needs to learn behind an
bangs mom,
established
so
veteran. That's not
he
true.
bangs MILFs.
Hey, Ben, I got a trade for you.
Yeah.
Zach Wilson,
Okay.
Elijah Moore, a first and a fourth. What do you think? Just for Rodgers.
First and a fourth, and a wide receiver.
A young wide receiver who was what? Second round pick, first round pick?
I think he was a
Wilson.
first, wasn't he?
I don't know. I'm
He's
just
a
saying high
second round
pick.
pick.
Second round pick.
Whatever. Yeah.
I like Elijah Moore. I don't know. I would ask for a higher second pick.
Really? Well, because
Yeah.
I think Elijah Moore would be the best receiver on your team.
On the Packers?
Yeah.
Well, they're going to draft another wide receiver. Then they're going to have 4 solid second-year receivers, third-year receivers, whatever they would be.
I mean, it'll
Young.
give Zach Wilson, Jordan Love something to work with more.
Yeah, and I mean,
Zach Wilson hates Elijah Moore, so maybe
and
not.
that is that's kind of why I was like,
Jordan Love, though.
I mean, if I don't know, I would do straight up Garrett Wilson, Zach Wilson for Aaron Rodgers, honestly.
I wouldn't choose the Jets.
No,
Jets would never
no,
offer that.
Jets would never do that. Yeah. So I don't know. I'd say if it was Zach Wilson, Elijah Moore, and a first and a second, I'd say yes immediately. Because I like that young wide receiver, and the Packers need that young slot to go opposite of Romeo. Dobbs.
Just Dobbs.
Just Dobbs. All right.
Dobbs.
Adam, what do you think about that trade?
I'd probably take it.
Yeah. Again, I would want to get
if I was willing to
something.
part with Rodgers, but I'm not,
Yeah.
so I wouldn't take it. But
Yeah, I wouldn't
Oh.
either, honestly. I don't
Yes, you
want to
would.
part with him. I don't want to part with him, but at the same time, if he's gonna like twinkle his toes every freaking off season like this,
he's not doing anything.
He
I
is.
guess. Yeah, people are just
Well,
prodding at him.
No, well, he
It's
just
the
said that
media.
he needs to rethink
Yeah.
his future with the
He
team.
he does because he's 38 years old. He doesn't.
Why would he sign a 3-year contract then?
He needs
He
to think
did
about his
literally
future
say-
playing in the NFL because he doesn't know if he wants to play football
Hey, but
anymore.
that's
Not
my
with the
point. You're
Packers. He
screwing
doesn't
the
know if he wants to
Packers.
play football because he's 38
Yeah.
years old.
But you're screwing over the Packers by doing this because they have a team. They're
Well,
it's-
no decisions need to be made yet. He said he's not going to draw it out like he did last year.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Last year was fucked up, but I'm saying this year the team seems like it's ready to rebuild. They need a young quarterback. Like you've a lot of the team's young. Like half the team's young.
I think they need to trade Jordan Love for something. It doesn't have to be much, but I want to take another third-round quarterback this year or something like that. Because
I think the Packers screwed themselves when they took Jordan Love. They took him too early because Rodgers
wasn't ready.
No.
He wasn't ready. He wasn't
Yeah,
even
but-
thinking about it. But yeah, well, we can't go back in the past, so whatever. But all right, we done with this?
I guess I'm done.
All right, I'm done.
Yeah.
Since we're already at
There
53
hasn't been a
minutes.
third team that has emerged as a good trade partner. And moving on, let's go to basketball. Josh,
Basketball.
LeBron is a crybaby. I
That call
agree.
was horrible.
Okay,
That was
it
the
doesn't.
worst.
But
No.
it doesn't matter. If there's a bad call, you don't need to act like a
Adam,
4-year-old on the
Adam,
basketball court
Adam,
and someone just took away
Adam, I
your
wasn't
favorite
done yet,
toy.
Adam.
I don't care if you
wasn't
weren't
getting
done.
Okay. Oh, well, I was about to agree with you, Adam. The
Good.
call was horrible, but he overreacted and carried on for about 5 minutes. I do agree, but that was one of the worst calls I've seen in a while. Like, and that cost them the
it
game.
was. Yeah.
And
Barely got
the
touched.
Lakers, in the past couple weeks, the Lakers have been getting horrible calls in the end of the game. So that is true. I understand the frustration, but I do agree he overreacted.
You know how far
So-
I had to zoom in on that still shot to see if there was contact or not?
There's no way. I mean, you can see it very clearly from distance.
No.
No,
Just
because
couldn't.
NBA fouls are so ticky-tacky.
No,
The-
if you touch him on the arm when he's shooting, it's
The
a foul.
live game action could not tell that he touched his arm.
Yeah, you could.
No, I
I-
couldn't. I'm sitting here right now telling you, Josh.
It's not,
I could not tell looking at that game film that he got touched on the arm. I'm telling you right now.
Okay, well, you need to get a higher prescription. on your-
Or there's a reason I don't ref basketball.
there's.
well,
okay.
I'm just saying that was a
Okay.
very obvious call.
All right.
sometimes
It's
they're
not
very
a
hard.
question of whether we think it was a penalty or a foul or whatever they call foul.
No, I mean, I agree that he overreacted a little bit, but the refs, like we were saying, they should be able to challenge that shit.
Breaking news. Officiating's bad in every sport. That's just a fact.
It is.
I mean, everyone's going to disagree with stuff.
Because guess
They're
what?
Literally,
Refs
they're
are humans.
literally replacing.
and
They're
humans make
replacing
mistakes.
umpires in baseball. So
Are they?
yeah, pretty much.
That's weird.
They want
They're
to, at
gonna
least.
have robo umps in the
Is that going to make it better or
minors.
worse?
We'll find out.
I'm asking Ben's
Better for
opinion.
hitters. Better for hitters.
Okay.
We'll get back to that. 63 points away from breaking Kareem's record. I hope he doesn't. 'Cause I like Kareem.
It's
you
gonna
hope he doesn't
happen.
at all?
I know it's gonna happen, Adam.
Adam, Ben thought he's going to play a couple more years and not score 63.
Right.
more.
No, I just hope he has a career-ending injury.
Wow.
that
You're
isn't
wishing
life-threatening.
injuries on people now?
That isn't
Again?
life-threatening.
No, he did this with Tom Brady too.
I
He
did.
did.
But
Ben,
I
come
think
on.
they're on the same tier. In my head, they're on the same
I
tier.
mean, they're both most of the haters are the same people except for Jake. Shout out Jake. Love Tom Brady. Hate LeBron. Shout out Jake.
I mean, if you play basketball since they were using peach baskets, you're obviously going to break the record eventually. So,
Huh?
if you've been playing basketball since they were using peach baskets for the hoops, you're going to break the
Saying
record
LeBron's
eventually. So,
ancient. LeBron is old as hell.
Yeah, but that's just you're just complimenting him for being in the league for 18 years.
no, I'm
And
just
playing
saying,
at MVP
just
level
like
for
with
18 years.
just like
He
with
also
Tom Brady,
should've retired
if you're in the
2
league
years
for
ago.
23 years, obviously you're going to break
LeBron?
records eventually.
Yes.
LeBron should have retired 2 years ago.
Yes. Whatever
Why?
the year right after he won the championship, retired.
Why?
After the Mickey Mouse title?
The Mickey Mouse title.
How?
Yeah. He didn't deserve the ring in Miami, and he didn't deserve that ring.
Which ring in Miami?
I don't know.
He won 2 in Miami.
Oh, well, neither. The easy one. Which one was the easy one, Josh? You know.
None of them were easy.
Cap.
The
There wasn't
Thunder.
any easy.
The
That
Thunder
was
one.
still not easy. The Thunder were a good team.
I don't know. I didn't watch.
That
I didn't
was
watch
the easiest one.
basketball back then, so
That was the easiest one, but it's still
Okay.
not easy.
yeah, I was like,
Okay.
Back to on
he
topic,
struggled
the-
against Kawhi, so
yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah. Well, that whole series was very difficult. Okay. I think he's going to be breaking it in the Thunder game, but hopefully the Pelicans game he breaks.
Why
So
hopefully?
hopefully he has 64 points. What?
Those tickets are going for $100,000 at
Yeah.
the Thunder game.
I wonder why.
That
And
is
that's why that's part
crazy.
of the reason why I hope he scores 64 on the Pelicans game to just shove in people's faces for
Well,
wasting money.
63.
Okay, yeah, 63. Because he
So
breaks
Wait,
it in the
so
game.
the Pelicans game is before the Thunder game?
Yeah,
Pelicans game
is
is
next.
His old ass
Actually,
ain't putting up
tomorrow,
63.
Saturday.
You're
His
high.
his career high is 60 what? 61?
61.
So he'd have to
So-
put up a career high
Yeah.
in his year 30 whatever season.
He's averaging 30
39.
this year. This might be his highest average all of career.
Because
It's definitely up
AD
there.
is made of glass, and he's not playing, and he has to carry his team. That's why they still suck. Anyways,
Yeah,
They don't
LeBron's
suck
scoring
anymore.
30 of the Lakers' 38
60
points.
points.
So.
Yeah. Wow,
I'm not
you
I don't like the Lakers.
you
I'm not a
exaggerated
Lakers
even
fan.
more than I did.
I'm not a Lakers fan.
All right, now moving on to the NBA trade deadline. Will the Raptors sell? Josh, what are your thoughts?
What?
Trent and OG?
I hope both of them are traded, but the Raptors are looking for like 3 first-round picks for OG, which
Holy
yeah,
Is that a lot for NBA? That seems
yes,
like a lot.
it is. For
That's
him, he's
yeah. He's not
like
that.
he's a good defender. He's a I don't know. He's a starter. Like I think he's so overrated, honestly, at this point. And Gary Trent, I think Gary Trent's better, but I hope they trade him too. But I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think the Raptors have what it takes to compete in the East.
Oh hell
Like
no.
really compete. I mean, don't get me wrong, Pascal, he's good, but
Was an
he needs
all-star.
help. Yeah, he needs help. But that's the thing. What are you gonna do with Pascal? Can you rebuild around him still, or is he gonna get mad and leave and throw a tantrum?
I think they should trade him too, but
So you want full rebuild?
they
You want the
should.
Rockets rebuild? Yeah.
Yeah, I think they should, but I don't think it's gonna happen.
You say Pascal's going to throw a tantrum?
I didn't say that.
All
No, it's not
NBA
a Ben.
players throw a tantrum
I don't think he would at all.
during rebuilds. Dame is like the only one I don't know that hasn't thrown a tantrum.
Ben,
During a
Pascal
rebuild.
came from like a undrafted,
Exactly.
or late
What-
second round pick.
I was going to say, what have you seen from Pascal that
Yes.
would show that he'd throw a
He
tantrum
puts
if
up
they went to
points.
rebuild?
He puts up points.
I don't think he would say anything.
All
I
right,
think he's
all right,
so like
all right.
chill.
All right, I'm proven wrong. I
I mean,
don't
maybe-
know. I don't get me wrong. I'm not gonna sit here and claim that I know Pascal well. I
I
don't.
do.
So
Like,
if you guys don't think he will, then he won't. I'm just saying, the typical NBA player never wants to go through a rebuild, especially a veteran like Pascal.
he's not a veteran.
He's pretty close to a veteran.
Yeah, he's kind
He
of
signed his second contract already.
Yeah, but he came in at 24 years old. So I mean, he's like 27 probably, but I
I
don't.
mean, you call Jordan Love old.
Yeah, I mean, he's old to get the same return.
Okay, anyways. All right.
Okay, next, Bones Highlands on the block for some reason. I could not tell you the reason why.
Pascal's
What
28.
team does he play for?
Nuggets.
Nuggets. How old is he, Adam?
28 Pascal.
Okay.
28.
He joined the Raptors in 2016.
Yeah, I might want to trade him then.
Sure.
Maybe not. He's still got like what 6-7 years
He was,
left.
just-
of
he was
his,
still a first round pick.
Like 3.
like
what,
3 years of his
29th
prime.
pick?
27th.
Yeah.
I thought he was undrafted.
I know he played in the G League for a little bit and was not playing at all for the first year. But yeah, Bones Highlands, he's so good. I don't know why Nuggets are trying to trade him, honestly.
What's his stats like? About?
I have no idea. He's a backup, so.
Oh, well, that's why they have depth.
Yeah, but he's like 20 years old. Like he's so young and he's so good. Okay, but
Maybe they think they can get a good return on him. So maybe that's why.
yeah, hopefully he goes to I don't know what team. So maybe to the Raptors. Trade him to the Raptors for
OG.
OG.
Gary Trent or OG. Go
Not
for it.
bad.
Who's
But,
the
okay,
Nuggets
and some
shooting guard?
picks.
Crowder. Whatever.
Who's the Nuggets shooting guard right now?
KCP.
He's not playing small forward.
Michael Porter Jr.
Okay.
And then
Who's-
Aaron Gordon.
at Powered. Okay.
Aaron
They have
Gordon's
a
been
good
really
team.
good this year.
Yeah.
Aaron Gordon has been the second best player on the team. ahead of Jamal Murray this year. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, but Jay Crowder, mid. Bucks should not trade for him.
What
I
happened?
see why they need a wing defender. What then?
I said, what happened between that episode when you asked us if we'd want our teams to trade for Jay Crowder now because he's not playing.
Because
is he?
they didn't accept the trade that they already offered. I don't think you should really give up.
You don't want to
much
give
more
up a
than the trade was.
lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't remember what the trade was, but it wasn't very much, and that was like about what I wanted to give up. And I think they're gonna have to give up too much if they want him now at this point, because like I said, they already declined the offer. So
Well, what if other teams just don't want to offer anymore? Do you think that?
yeah,
No?
if they accept the same offer they already declined.
What
yeah,
was the
I'll take
offer? What was the
it.
offer?
I can't remember, but here, let's see.
Roughly, just guess.
Like it was like Serge Ibaka, Jordan Nwora, and like a second or some shit.
I like Jordan Nwora.
I hate him.
No,
I hate Jordan Nwora. Sorry, Jordan Nwora. I know you're watching. Sorry.
I think he might be the future Chris Middleton, but that's fine.
So if the Suns never find
Of the
a
G
trade
League.
partner for Jay Crowder, you think Jay Crowder's just gonna hold out for his whole contract, or?
I think they'll cut him at some point.
So I saw that the Suns don't really want to move on from. I think that was
They
last
don't.
year when I saw that.
They still don't like.
Okay.
They still want they want like value in return, which I don't think they're really gonna get.
No, probably
like,
not.
He's a good defender. He's a decent like wing, but he can't really do much more than that. Like, I mean, he'd be like I don't know, like PJ Tucker type, but worse at defense. Like he's not like a scorer.
Yeah,
I don't know.
in the finals, he really didn't do anything against the Bucks, so it's just kind of like
Yes,
he's there. I'm talking a couple years ago.
Oh, I was thinking the Heat. That's what I was thinking. I was like, what?
Oh, yeah. No,
So
I
I think he's
mean
on
when
the
he
Heat
was
team.
on Phoenix. When he was on Phoenix,
Yeah.
Was he on the
Yeah.
Heat team that went to the finals?
I think he was on the Heat team that made the finals.
he was, I believe.
Yeah, I think he was. But either way, I don't really want him at this point for what they're asking. Okay,
Yeah.
next, Kyrie requested a trade as of today.
Big news.
I was.
Huge news.
Crybaby Kyrie.
This one I can't really deny.
I mean,
I
yeah.
like Kyrie, but the team's doing good.
Apparently, so what I read is that there was some language in his contract extension that got offered that him and his agent were not pleased with, and that kind of just
What was it?
ruined. They didn't say what it exactly was, but it's just something that irked them the wrong way, and they just aren't happy with the organization anymore.
Like, I mean, I guess they might have like tried to like quiet him, like tell him
that
like
makes
tell him
sense.
like be quiet about something if you for his contract. Yeah, I didn't see that. Okay, then I actually 100% agree with him.
That makes sense with Kyrie's character. That makes sense.
With how he is.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, I like how he is, but if anything like something like I could I understand then.
I mean,
Okay,
yeah,
guys.
if they're imposing on his like freedom of speech or something like weird like that, then yeah,
I mean,
that's a dumb
could.
contract.
I mean,
why'd he sign it?
Again, it might not be that because they didn't really say exactly what
it was.
but
It was offered. He didn't sign it.
What?
It was a contract that was offered that after this year.
Oh. Whatever.
So he didn't want to. He didn't want to be
He's
here.
so disgusted that they offered it that he wants a trade.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought the Nets was a super team in the building, and it's just been a dud. So, is Kevin Durant out too? And
Probably.
Josh, what do you think the compensation should be for Kyrie and KD?
I got some trades here. Actually, now that you bring it up, Ben.
Oh, perfect.
Okay, guys. Yeah, okay, guys. Here's a couple trades. I'm gonna say it. You tell me if you would accept it as either team. Let's say how about that? Okay. The first team. I think this is the highest chance of happening in my opinion. Miami Heat. Kyle Lowry, Duncan Robinson, and then just a few picks that they have for Kyrie, Patty Mills, and Markieff Morris, whatever one of the Morris brothers. Just imagine a couple picks just with it.
Kyle Lowry, Duncan Robinson, and some picks.
What?
Was it Kyle Lowry?
Yeah, Kyle Lowry, Duncan Robinson, and some picks. So basically, just getting picks for him. And
so it'd be 2 players for 3 players, basically, and then the picks.
I feel like the Heat would be a decent team.
I think it's the best fit for
Kyrie.
Him. Yeah,
those picks were really...
and him and Joey Butler are pretty good friends. So,
and they'd still have Bam. That's a good big 3. That is a very good big
hero.
3. You're upgrading at point guard
by a lot,
and depth doesn't matter anymore. Honestly.
I mean, they still have. I mean, Kyle Lowry's not really.
Just tell that to the Trailblazers. Depth matters. Their bench
stinks.
What do you guys think about this trade?
No bench at all. I like that trade. I really like it. I don't know if the Nets would.
I don't think the Nets. If I was the Nets,
well, that's why I started as like the best fit. I think. Like I think
I like that fit.
Yeah.
But I feel like a different piece than Duncan Robinson, a higher piece.
Well, it's not really
the record
possible
of it,
because
No,
like,
because
They're gonna
it's
say
I'll-
Tyler
I'll-
Hero, but they're not gonna trade him.
No, they wouldn't. Like I was looking at all the big contracts in the Heat. Like this matches up like perfectly.
yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
because he got a match.
next
I like
trade I
that.
got. This is the LA Clippers. Norman Powell, Luke Kennard, John Wall, and Terrence Mann. And then you could add a pick or two, whatever, for Kyrie and Edmund Sumner.
No. I don't
Which
think the
team?
Clippers would do that. Luke
You don't think so?
Kennard. Oh, I guess John Wall's kind of just.
I mean, none of them are
He's
amazing.
not good anymore.
Was that a who Luke Kennard, or why would you trade Luke Kennard?
Me?
Yes.
No, I know who Luke Kennard is.
Okay.
I'm just saying
he's
that that's
not
a
amazing.
decent player
Is
that maybe I wouldn't want
He's
to.
okay.
Okay, I guess he hasn't played up to his contract.
Well, because like the only Terrence Mann, John Wall, and Luke Kennard are all just, and then Norman Powell I like, but he hasn't been playing that well for the Clippers.
and he's kind
But
of
you have
older
to give
too.
something back
Yeah,
in
he is
order
kinda
to
older.
get Kyrie. I guess. In order to get Kyrie, you have to give someone back.
You have to give up something. That's why
Yeah.
the first grade was. I mean, this just having more. The first grade would have to have more picks in it, but the Heat
Yeah.
haven't.
I just don't feel like there's that star there. I mean, like they can't trade one of their stars, the Clippers, obviously,
No.
but like,
Terrence
their
Mann
picks-
is young.
but he's
Yeah, young enough.
Yeah, I guess.
Well, I mean, that's why. Okay, next trade. Okay, this is the LA Lakers, which is the most popular on Twitter. I don't know. I think it could happen very easily.
Anything LA is going to be the
Yeah.
most popular.
Okay, it is Russell Westbrook, Patrick Beverly, and Troy Brown Jr., and then probably 2 picks.
Ew. No.
For
Hell
Kyrie
no.
Irving, Joe Harris, and Patty Mills.
Joe
No.
Harris. Ooh.
Joe Harris is not.
No.
He's not it anymore.
No.
No, I'm just saying that's a.
Once you said Russell Westbrook, I was like, nah, I'm good. Hell no.
I agree, but this is the most popular one.
It is.
That's because everyone in LA is like, oh, we're getting rid of Westbrook? Perfect.
Yeah, but he's the Westbrook's been good this year, but he's the favorite. Like this is the favorite destination for the.
Did you
Oh,
see what
like,
Tristan
online.
Thompson said
What do you say?
after Kyrie demanded or requested a trade? Tristan Thompson said they should run it back in LA.
They like did he say we?
Yeah, like him.
Did they forget that LeBron carried their asses? Or we're just going to ignore that?
He did not. Both
I'm
Tristan
surprised-
Thompson
I'm
and
surprised-
Kyrie.
I'm surprised that LeBron Dick Ryder is saying this. That LeBron didn't carry them.
Kyrie and LeBron were pretty equal. That's that series. Like in the Cavs.
Yeah, the
Warriors.
one that they won. It was.
They were very close. Like they both played
I guess.
insane. Tristan
I
Thompson was
guess.
just a role player.
Yeah.
That's all you really wanted though. Okay, next trade. This one is my favorite. This was the one I would do if I was the Nets. Okay, it's D'Angelo Russell, Wendell Moore Jr., Jalen Noel, whatever, and then Naz Reid for Kyrie Irving and Yuta Watanabe. How do you say it? Watanabe?
I like it.
Yuta Watanabe.
Wanabe.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah. I like that because it's a bunch of people I don't know for people I do know.
You don't know
That's
those
the
people?
extent of my basketball knowledge.
You don't know D'Angelo
is-
Russell?
I know him, but that's the one big piece
Okay.
that has to go back.
Well,
So,
Naz Reid is one of the best backup centers in the league,
yeah, he's pretty good. But
and
again,
Jalen Noel is good.
that's a
Wendell
big
Moore hasn't
upgrade
played.
at point guard. That's a big upgrade at point guard. So, that's why I
Yes.
say what I say.
Okay, 2 more. The Mavericks.
Luka?
Dinwiddie, Spencer Dinwiddie, Tim Hardaway Jr., Josh Green, and Jaden Hardy for Kyrie and Patty Mills.
Would those players be enough?
I don't know. Maybe add a pick. I don't know. I would think, but I don't know.
See, that's the thing, because Kyrie, it's not like he's fallen off.
No,
still
he's an
playing.
all-star.
Exactly, he's still playing.
Good.
So it's kind of like, I feel
But
like
here's the thing, Adam.
I don't know how much control the Nets really have in this situation, so I don't know how much they can ask for.
Well, that's the thing.
But I feel like in a trade for
he's on a
Kyrie,
one-year deal.
yeah,
What, like half of your deal where he could leave and go and leave, or just even retire with knowing him.
Mhm.
He could this is a half-year rental.
Well, he said he's gonna, if they don't trade him, he'll test free agency in the offseason.
Yeah, but well, I'm
Right,
just saying,
right.
but the team with trades for him, you don't know for sure if he's going to be willing
Oh,
to stay there
okay,
long
I see
term.
what you-
You
yeah.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like he might
This
leave.
would
and go
have to be like a sign and trade, right?
I don't
Or
know.
a trade and then sign, I guess.
It would have to be a trade and then a signing, but I don't know
Yeah.
how Okay,
So
this is the
Kyrie
last
would basically
one.
have to agree to this trade in order for it to actually go
Probably.
down. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, here's the last one. This one, I don't know. Okay, Will Barton. This is the Washington Wizards. Will Barton, Monte Morris, Daylon Wright, Kendrick Nunn, Danny Adia, and Johnny Davis for Kyrie, Patty Mills, and Markieff Morris.
No.
No.
Who
I
was
still
the
like
first
that Heat
player
one more.
out of?
Will Barton?
Yeah, no.
No. There's no piece. There's no.
No, there's no
I
grab
mean,
there.
I would assume there has to be picks involved, but these are a bunch of
There's no guy. There has to be like 3 first-round picks involved in that.
Danny's pretty good, but the
I
rest
mean,
of them-
Johnny Davis isn't a bum. He's a
he's
rookie.
horrible, Ben.
He's a rookie.
He's not.
He's the worst rookie in the league.
He's barely
He's the
played.
worst
He was the
player.
10th overall pick, and I don't even know how much he's played this season.
No, he's doing horrible in the G League. He's the worst player in the league,
Jesus.
actually.
Okay.
10th overall
it's
pick
actually
is
embarrassing.
already in the G
Rip
League. That's kind
Wisconsin.
of.
Like he's sucking in the G League.
Maybe he's just not being stressed or tested enough. Anyways, never mind.
He's not being tested enough.
He's not being tested.
Okay, yeah. I mean, hopefully Kyrie goes to a team that's actually good and not the
Yeah.
Washington Wizards. But this is just a possibility. But I hope the
He'll
Heat.
veto that trade immediately. Or he'll just leave at the end of the season.
Yeah.
So
yeah. I think it's
I
either
like
Lakers
the
or
Heat. I like the Heat the most because I feel like that's the best Nets return. But yeah.
I think
All right.
so.
Kevin Durant, is he out?
Probably.
He's gonna play out the year, but then he's gone. He'll get traded at the end of the season.
The Suns.
Yeah.
I got one
There's
more
no
thing
reason for him to stay.
about
They ain't gonna win
Kyrie.
anytime soon. What was that?
I got one more. I got a question for Josh about Kyrie.
What?
So I
Yeah.
saw on Twitter that the Lakers, the Mavericks, and the Suns were the top teams interested, and you already went
Kyrie?
over. Yeah, you already went over the Lakers and Mavericks. What do you think the Suns would have to give up? Yeah, Kyrie.
Cam
He'd have to
Johnson,
work. Oh, okay.
Chris Paul. And then picks. I would assume they
Chris
don't want to
Paul
get
is getting paid. So I mean, contract-wise, you don't need to give up much more than Chris Paul, right?
Chris Paul's probably getting paid more, so the Nets probably have to throw in Joe Harris. Which
Okay.
he's not.
Yeah, if you're trading for Kyrie, you don't need Chris. You don't have a need for Chris
No,
Paul
you don't.
anymore. So that
No.
I mean that's a star
That
right
makes
there.
sense.
I mean, obviously
Yeah.
he's kind of fallen off a little bit, but
Well, yeah, I mean,
that's
he
still
picked it up a little bit.
I like that
Yeah.
trade.
It would have to be something like that because, like I said, I don't think they'll trade Aiden.
No.
I don't even know if they can yet because they just signed him. But and because they matched the contract, they didn't send him to the Pacers. Like, I don't think that's going to happen. And then I don't know if you'd trade Mikal Bridges because I feel like that's a pretty big piece.
Yeah.
So yeah, I feel like it'd have to be Cam Johnson, Chris Paul, and then like a couple of little things to like match it up. That'd be my guess. But Suns were one of the teams that he said he wanted to get traded to when he was requested for the trade from the Cavs. So he could. Like,
So
that was one of
Phoenix
his
is
like
a good
5 guys.
area. Yeah.
That would be a good fit. I didn't even think about that.
Okay. Moving on.
I'm-
Cavs suck. So Josh, the Cavs suck.
They've been struggling a little bit, but Donovan Mitchell's been hurt.
Struggling is just a different word for sucking.
Maybe
I saw he got
Donovan
punched
Mitchell-
in the dick yesterday.
Yeah, I was gonna say, well, maybe he stopped trying to fight everybody.
Yeah, throwing balls at
Bill
people.
Brooks giving the balls.
Okay,
So
you
if
punching the
someone hits
balls,
me
you
with
just keep walking. Look at him, like, what the heck was that for? And just keep going.
Hit him with the, hey,
Bill
buddy, I
Brooks-
wasn't very
Bill Brooks
nice to
is
you,
dirty
and then carry on.
Bill Brooks is dirty.
Yeah.
So
All right.
I'm okay. Yeah,
That all we have
Cavs been
to-
struggling a little bit. That's. I
How
think
they
they'll pick it up.
sitting? How they sitting in the East?
I think they're like
Seven?
the middle.
Middle?
Like bottom middle, yeah.
6, 7. Okay.
Something like that.
So the Myles Turner extension, unless you got more on the Cavs.
No.
Yeah. Okay. Myles Turner extension. How much do you get paid, Josh?
A lot. Like I think it's more than 20 like plus a year.
Hmm.
Here I'm looking, but I think just dumb that he did it. Like it's been rumors that he's gonna be traded for the past 5 years. Every single year. And
Now they
Just
just
kind of-
extend him.
on a rebuilding team, I think he's just wasting his
Maybe they decide that he's their power forward center of the future, I guess.
Yeah, but okay, it was 2 years, $60 million.
Jeez.
2 years, 60?
30 a year.
That's weird.
And he said, when someone asked him about it, he said, I wanted to be here in Indy. I don't get it.
So he thinks he's taking a pay cut at $30 million a year?
No, people just ask why he stayed after like everything.
Okay.
Maybe he does think he's going to take a pay cut. I don't know. But like I said, the past how many years there's been rumors every single year, every trade deadline. Like, I don't know. I would have for sure left. He's 26 years old.
That's young. That's
He's
young.
averaging. Yeah, but I'm saying for the past 5 years, he's been trade rumors.
And he's been hurt.
He's averaging 18 points, 8 rebounds.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I think he's better than his stats show, but not $30 million a year good.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I think it's dumb. He should have left.
All right, so Josh, what do you think the All-Star reserves?
Horrible.
Horrible.
So many snubs, seriously. Like, in the East, here, let's pull up the All-Stars. Adam, can you read the All-Stars for me?
I don't have them. Oh.
Well, I just like when you read stuff off for me. It's a lot more.
Well, let me
It's
pull them up
satisfying.
Yeah.
then. And then
De'Aaron Fox got snubbed. I saw that.
Who?
De'Aaron Fox, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, he got snubbed.
out.
Because for some reason Dame got in.
Okay,
Fact.
simmer down. All right. So outside of the starters,
I'm throwing a jab at Adam.
good
Yep,
one.
step.
Good name
Jab
association.
step.
Adam, I appreciate this. It's just yeah.
Okay, so outside of the starters that we talked about earlier, these are the reserves. This is for all the NBA, not split up in conferences.
Yep.
Bam Adebayo, Jaylen Brown, DeMar DeRozan, Joel Embiid, obvious, Paul George, Shea, I'm not going to try to pronounce his last name, Tyrese Halliburton,
Alexander.
Drew Holiday,
Oh.
Jaren Jackson Jr. Really?
Horrible.
Isn't he like the
Come
leading contender
on.
for Defensive Player of the Year?
Yeah, no, I think he should win Defensive Player of the Year. I don't think he should be an All-Star.
What?
Yeah,
How
I
do you
think
give a major? You give like the the second or third most prestigious award, and you only want him to make the All-Star team?
No.
That's bullshit.
De'Aaron Fox better. Clears.
How do you say this is the best defensive player in the league, but he's not even an All-Star reserve? Are
Well, I
you
don't think he's the best defender in the
crazy?
league. I don't think he's the best defender in the league.
So you're saying he should
Anthony
win
Edwards?
the best defensive award, but he's not the best defender in the league?
It's
So what's the
not-
award mean then? The award's meaningless if you believe
Player of
that.
the year. You think Marcus Smart was the best defender in the league last year? Hell no.
I mean, he was probably the best defending point guard or shooting guard or whatever.
After
position
Drew
he was.
Holiday, maybe.
Well, obviously Drew Holiday didn't play that great last year. Then
No, I'm just saying though, just because you win the award or your favorite does not mean you're the best defender. So
I still think it deserves an All-Star nod, considering All-Star is a meaningless.
Okay, do
nod.
you think Rudy Gobert should have made it every single year? It
Yeah,
should be instant yes.
I mean, he's the best. He's the best center. He's the best defensive center. Josh, you're acting like I watch a bunch of basketball. I don't.
I'm just saying that just because you win Defensive Player of the Year does that mean make you an All-Star?
I think it should. If you win
Okay.
one of the most
Edwards is so much
prestigious
better than Jaren
awards,
Jackson Jr.
it's like saying if you win Defensive Player of the Year in the NFL, you shouldn't be a Pro Bowler.
That's
Yeah.
different because there's offense and defense. What the fuck? If there's an offensive team and a defensive team for this All-Stars, yeah.
Okay, but defensive is an aspect of the game. If you're very good at defense,
Yeah, but he's not that good at offense. He's decent. Anthony Edwards plays good defense, and he's literally the best player on the team. Yeah, De'Aaron Fox also on the third seed in the West, which winning matters.
The Memphis Grizzlies like the first seed in the West.
Yeah, but Ja's already an All-Star. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, and Sabonis is already an All-Star.
Yeah, Sabonis deserves it less than whatever his name is, Jaren Jackson Jr. So,
Oh. Anyways, moving on to the rest of the reserves.
like,
Damian Lillard, obvious, should have been a starter. Lauri Markkanen, John Morant, Julius Randle, and Domantas Sabonis.
I don't think Lauri Markkanen should have made it.
I think
most improved player, and he should be an All-Star. What the heck is that?
No, I think
Yeah.
If he's winning an award, he doesn't need to be an All-Star.
No,
I agree.
MVP. Joel
Lauri
Embiid
Markkanen
shouldn't be an
made it.
All-Star.
I mean, Anthony Edwards should have made it over Lauri Markkanen. I agree.
Anthony Edwards didn't make it.
No,
Jesus.
Anthony Davis didn't make it either.
Anthony Davis is always hurt. He shouldn't make it.
He played the same
shouldn't
amount of
make
games
it.
as Paul George.
Paul George
Exactly,
shouldn't
Paul
have made it.
George.
I agree. That's what I'm saying.
I think Anthony Edwards
made
should
it.
have made over Paul George,
And I think
Yes.
De'Aaron Fox should have made
not
it.
Jaren
for sure.
Jackson or Laurie, because you have to have two forwards.
Yeah.
So, I mean, obviously,
Julius
Domantas
Randle is
Sabonis,
my
Lauri
fantasy
Markkanen,
team.
and Jaren Jackson Jr. Two of those three have to make it. And
No,
Paul
because
George.
Anthony Edwards is a small forward too. He can be listed as small forward.
He'd make it as a guard. Relax.
Well, DeMar DeRozan just makes it as any position.
Yeah, he's probably
Last year and this year, DeMar DeRozan I think makes it as a guard. Like, they had him listed at guard for the voting, and then last year he made it at guard. I'm just saying Anthony Edwards could be.
I'm pretty sure Anthony Edwards was listed in the front court voting though, or back court.
I'm just saying that does not matter. They put in that and they put him as the other position. It doesn't like Anthony Edwards could easily win at small forward. Like, and he deserves it over all three of them. And then De'Aaron Fox definitely deserves it. I understand the Sabonis. I think Sabonis probably deserves it, but I don't think like Lauri Markkanen. I think he deserves it, but I think other people deserved it more, like Anthony Edwards and De'Aaron Fox, for sure.
I mean,
And
I don't
then-
see an issue with this list. I didn't realize
And
how
then
good of.
also-
I didn't realize Drew Holiday was an All-Star caliber player.
I mean,
Yeah. I think Drew Holiday deserves it more than Therese Halliburton, but I think James Harden is a major snub.
Yeah, that's probably the only one I agree with. Is that
James
I
Harden-
think we should
Harden.
take LeBron off the list.
James Harden's a major snub. Trey Young, also pretty big snub. And then same with Pascal Siakam. How did he not make it?
Yeah,
Like,
Is he having a
Like,
good year?
seriously.
Like, I don't know.
he's having a really good year.
he's out. Yeah, that's the thing. He's
Yeah.
still very
then-
good.
Darius Garland, I wanted him to make it, but realistically, I think Darius Garland should have made it over Tyrese, but I don't think Tyrese should have made it. I think it should have been Harden or Trey Young. So,
I
like,
guess.
I
Okay.
think Harden's probably the biggest snub, I think. And then Anthony Edwards, those two. I think it's just crazy that neither of them made it. Jalen Brunson, I see people talking, but I don't think he deserved it. Especially over Drew Holiday, definitely not. But I don't know. This All-Star list is just ass. I don't know.
All right.
I mean, other than Harden, I mean, it's pretty good outside of that, in my opinion.
I mean, I don't have an issue with Dame being in there. I didn't want him to make it, but I'm not going to argue De'Aaron Fox over Dame. That's just
You
close.
tried to. You tried to.
No, it's somewhat close.
It's not.
Okay, you tried.
And hey, Adam, I said for sure Shea, for sure Ja, and then I said Anthony Edwards, or De'Aaron Fox. And Anthony Edwards, I think that's a debate.
No, not
De'Aaron
close.
Fox, closer, but not really.
Now we're gonna move into our prize pick segment. Today is Flex Play Friday, I believe. They're giving us basically a free $20 reimbursement if we lose. So
Correct.
I mean, we're an idiot not
On
to take
NBA
this.
games only.
Thank you. Yes, because that's pretty much all that's playing today. Yep.
Yep.
So, I guess I'll just start off. Today I took a 6-man parlay. Pretty much all under the points category. I took Sadiq Bey, more than 16.5. Anthony Simons, more than 20.5. Myles Turner, more than 17.5. Davion Mitchell, more than 8.5. This one I kind of chose because De'Aaron Fox wasn't playing, so I think he'll get more touches. DeAndre Ayton, more than 18 points, and then LaMelo Ball. I took his under actually on 24.5 points.
Who are they playing?
Detroit Pistons. He's
Oh,
only had
okay.
one game in the last 5 that he's went over 24 points.
Yeah, but Detroit Pistons, who's even going to guard him? I couldn't tell you.
We'll figure
Maybe
it out.
Killian Hayes? I don't know.
It's a free $20. I
Okay,
love
Ben.
prize picks.
Ben, what is
so-
he at right now?
Yeah.
I usually only make money on football. So
How many
I was
points
like,
is-
free $20? I'll just throw it away.
How many points is LaMelo at right now?
He's at 7.
Okay.
And they're 47 minutes past game time start. So I don't know how far in the game they are. But yeah, I mean,
All right, Josh, you want to go next?
right
It's
now
almost
it's not
halftime.
looking great. It's not looking great.
It's almost
Davion
halftime.
Mitchell is putting up a 0. So
What?
yeah,
How is
I
that
don't
even possible?
he sucks.
Hey, LaMelo's at 10.
No, well, he must have just scored a 3. You're ahead of me, I guess.
Yeah, sorry.
Okay, Josh, you're
Okay,
next.
Adam, you want to
You
go?
go.
I'll go.
No, you go next.
Okay, I'll go. Just because, Okay, number 1, I got DeAndre Ayton. More than 18.
Hey, you took that one too.
Yep. Next, Paulo Banchero. Points, rebounds, assists, 31.5. Okay, next, Anthony Edwards. Points, rebounds, assists, 38.5. Next, Trey Young. More than 9.5 assists against Utah Jazz. So keep that in mind. Next is Mason Plumlee. 14.5 points. And that is mine.
All right.
There you go.
So mine, 6 picks. Jaden Ivey, more than 8.5 rebounds and assists. Damian Lillard, more than 47.5 points, rebounds, assists.
His line was too high. It scared me.
Mason Plumlee, more than 1.5 turnovers. John Collins, more than 19.5 points, rebounds. Jaden McDaniels, more than 5.5 first half points. And Jason Tatum, more than 49.5 fantasy points.
And is the first half, does that qualify for the...
Yeah.
Okay.
Why would it not?
I don't know, because remember the last thing you did?
That was just for refunding bets. That was for DNPs.
Oh, okay.
That was for refunding DNPs.
Okay.
Gotcha.
And also, but Mason Plumlee's at 4 points.
He's also at 1 turnover, so.
I need 15.
Hey, he only needs one more turnover.
Yeah.
There we go. All right. Well, thanks to Prize Picks for the free flex play.
Hopefully sponsors.
Yeah.
That would be pretty cool.
All right. Yeah, that would be very cool. All right, moving on to baseball. Jeff McNeil got an extension. Adam, you want to touch on that?
The Mets re-signed probably one of their best players outside of Pete Alonso and Francisco Lindor. I don't know the details to the contract. Pretty sure it's pretty low. It was a decently sized contract.
Yeah, I thought it was like somewhere around 50. I could be
Is his
wrong.
nickname like the Squirrel or something like that?
I have no idea. I
Okay.
try to ignore.
Nicknames? You try to ignore your favorite sport, Ben?
I ignore the big market teams in my favorite sport. Yes.
Thanks.
I forgot he's a
4-year, $50 million contract.
small market jerker over here.
Absolutely. So that's what, 11.5 mil a year. That's pretty team friendly, I'd say. If he produces, of course. If he's a bum, then no. But yeah, 4-year deal. So
I mean, he's
good
been
for
pretty
them.
solid last few years.
I mean, how long of a career has he had?
Flying Squirrel is his nickname.
Oh, okay. He's a clubhouse guy, it seems like.
Yeah, the Mets actually retain their clubhouse guys, Ben.
Yeah, that's probably pretty smart of them. All right. Again, baseball is going to be a short segment. So, Zach Greinke back to the Royals. Okay. Good for him. Good for them.
Former Brewer.
Yeah, former Brewer. He's the definition of washed. He probably should have just retired. He had a ERA in the 5s, I'm pretty sure, last year. Okay.
Ben's like, I don't
I
know.
think it's like 8.
Okay.
I don't know. It's also, isn't it also one of the baseball players that Josh knows?
It is.
One of the few.
Like Greinke, yeah.
Yeah.
That's why
Speaking of that,
I felt like
That's
it was
why you put it
worthy
on
of-
there.
Keon Broxton. I did a deep dive on Keon Broxton.
We'll do a deep dive in Keon Broxton next episode.
No, we're doing that right now.
We're doing that
Where is he now?
Okay.
He's
Okay.
in the Mexican League.
He's in the
He's
Mexican
had
League.
20
Okay.
home runs last year.
Hey, man.
Whatever.
Okay.
Only if the Mexican League was decent pitching, maybe he could
Okay.
be back in the MLB.
Maybe-
Wasn't
Give him a
there
shot.
a guy who had like 50 home runs in the Japanese league and the Brewers signed him and he was kind of
This
garbage?
is not Japanese League, Adam. This is the Mexican League.
Hey, he was good in April. He had 11 home runs in 1 month. That's like a record or something.
Wasn't there also like a pitcher who was on the Brewers and then he went to the Japanese league and won like MVP or something like that?
Let's not go down this road. We could just keep going for hours. All right.
Those are the only two I,
I think-
got, so
Yeah.
it's no more hours.
right.
But
Josh Lindbaum.
that's his name?
It's actually Lindblom,
Oh,
but
okay.
he's a bomb.
Close enough.
Lindblom.
Good one.
Lindbaum.
Good
Yes.
one. Good one, Ben.
Thank you.
Creative.
Thank you, Adam. Thank you. It did not take much effort.
Ben, you are a genius.
Thank you, Josh. You are also a genius.
Thank you. Adam, you're also a genius.
Oh, I appreciate that. You too, Josh.
All right. All
Okay,
Now
I
that
need to
we
say
have
2 things
successfully
before we-
jerked each other off, I believe that
On
concludes our
podcast.
episode.
No, I need to say 2 more things.
Oh,
First thing,
okay.
BJ Thompson. First round pick. No cap. Look him up. He's amazing.
Not
He's-
first round pick.
could be one of the best players in the draft. Adam was hating on him all today. We were meeting before the pod.
He's not a first round pick.
Okay, but he's first round
Which I
talent.
believe you.
day 3 pick.
I believe you.
Okay, PJ Thompson's an animal. Seriously, look him up. And well, guess what? When I'm right later, when he's a star in the NFL on the Commanders, you text me and say, Josh, you were right.
How are you
Or
gonna
say,
text?
"Wow."
What if the Commanders trade up to where you think he's going to be taken and take someone else, and then the next person takes him?
Well, that's what happened with the Lions last year. Okay. Man, also, last thing I got to say, some 200 subscriber giveaway. So I'm not going to tell you the giveaway item yet, but once we hit 200, we're doing a raffle live on the podcast. We're going to do a little wheel spinner.
Pick that person live.
All you gotta do, just hit that
All right,
subscribe
dude.
button.
Listen,
Preferably
Alright.
watch the pod also.
Yeah.
Preferably. Just play in the background.
Honestly, yeah. Don't
Those
even.
told were great to fold laundry to, just to
Yep.
listen to.
Shout out Trey. He did that
Shout
with
out Trey.
the old pod.
Trey should have accepted my Joe Mixon trade. Didn't, sadly.
Cade should accept any of my trades or even decline it. Shout out Cade. Not really. Don't shout out Cade.
Shout out Cade. He lives above me, ish, kind of.
Don't shout out Cade.
Don't shout out Cade. Yeah, fuck Cade.
I took it away. Cade, accept my fucking trade or decline it.
Thanks for watching, everyone. That concludes this episode. We'll see you next week.
And again, like Josh said, subscribe to the channel so you can enter that giveaway. And again, preferably watch while you're subscribing. All you gotta do, click play, open a new tab, and do whatever you're doing to begin with. You can watch
Perfect.
your other videos that you probably enjoy watching. I'm not gonna speculate on what our viewers enjoy doing in their free time.
Pat McAfee show, probably.
Sure, we'll say that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, we're not showing them out.
So just get those watch hours up. That's all we want. Just get those watch hours up. You don't have to actually view physically the video.
We're just trying to get into the algorithm, you know?
Perfect.
for watching.
Exactly. So yeah, we appreciate you watching. Appreciate you subscribing. Socials in the description, and we'll see you in the next episode. Bye bye.
See you next week.